How's it going, everyone? It's Pseudo Dan here, and I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support that I've been getting on my channel within the last week. It's just been a huge blessing, and I'm really happy to be a part of this community. I'm just being welcomed back with open arms. Huge reason why I even play this game. So thank you so much, each and every one of you. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you love Pokemon or just Pokemon Go, I like to just cover, topics or just go over some of the, I think, key values of the game. And today I'm actually just going to go over some Pokemon that haven't been released yet and just try to figure out why. I think we're in the rollout of like Generation 9 now. Generation 10 is right around the corner. So some of the Pokemon that I'm going to go over today are like Generation 4. If you like what we're talking about today, please comment, like, subscribe. If you haven't yet, it means the absolute world to me, just because my goal is definitely going to be to do this as much as I can. So yeah, thank you so much again if you have subscribed, and let's get into today's topic of the video. Okay, so the first two Pokemon that we're going to go over are actually kind of like a duo, and it's going to be Phione and Manaphy. So these Pokemon are Generation 4 and they are mythicals. And I think one of the reasons why they haven't been released is because the fact that there's two of them and they're kind of like two sides of the same coin. It'd be kind of interesting to see how, I was going to say Niantic, but I guess Scopely would handle these two. Maybe you get to choose which ticket to buy. Hopefully they don't just run the event back over again, so you have to pay for both Pokemon. But at the same time, it would kind of take out the fun if you just have to raid them, because then it'd be kind of like Deoxys. For all the OGs, remember, Deoxys used to be kind of like an EX raids. Remember the EX raids days? I still have my Shadow Ball Mewtwo from those days. And I feel like since those days are gone and a few other elements have gone, I feel like they'll just probably throw them in raids in like a Sinnoh event. But then it begs the question if one of the Pokemon that we're going to cover would be also involved within all of that, because a lot of the Pokemon that we're actually going to talk about today are in the same generation. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments, how do you guys think that Phione and Manaphy are going to be handled in Pokemon Go? I think they're still trying to figure that out, which is why they just haven't been released yet. The fourth Pokemon that we're going to cover is going to be Galarian Darmanitan, specifically the Zen mode that the Pokemon has. The reason why this hasn't been added to the game is because it requires the use of hidden abilities, which Pokemon Go just doesn't have those properties inside the game. I think it'd be really interesting to spark up the PvP. As you guys know, I always got to bring up PvP. It'd be nice to spark up the PvP by adding some of these elements and also just showing HP. I don't know why that hasn't been done yet. Little things like that would add a little bit more competitive edge to PvP itself. But this is a Pokemon that it hasn't shined yet, just because of the lack that the game has, which the style of the Pokemon alone, like we need this in the game. If you're watching, we need this in the game. Okay, next up on the list is gonna be Minior, and the reason why this hasn't released is because it has a signature move that changes forms during battling. So I think they're trying to figure out how to make the mechanic work. I think a lot of these Pokemon you're going to see are just because of the technical limitations of the game itself. They have to just try to figure out how to make it work within PvP and the rating system that they've already developed. This Pokemon is really cool though. It's a flying and rock type, which I think is really awesome. So there's definitely possibly some usage and some play, especially in the PvP realm. Let me know in the comments what you think about this one, because I think it's really cool. It's Pokemon like this that actually really make me want to get into the newer generation, just because I think not only is the design cool, but the typing is really awesome as well. Okay, I know a lot of people saw this one definitely coming a mile away from the title of the video, but it'd be kind of just crazy if we didn't talk about it, especially since it's a Generation 4 Pokemon, which is Arceus. This is pretty much what people would consider the god of Pokemon, and then Mew would kind of just be the son of God at this point. But this Pokemon not being released in the game, I think also has partially to do with the limitations of it itself. I mean, it's a normal type that I think can know every single move, so it'd kind of be similar to like Mew in a case. So I don't really know the full answer myself personally why it hasn't been released, and maybe they're just building the anticipation. But if you guys have any idea, let me know, just because I think this would be really cool addition to the game, especially if they're going to release it. They definitely do it slowly, probably release it without the shiny, bring it back with the shiny, typical Pokemon Go fashion. But I'm very looking forward to seeing this come to the game. I think most of us are. Please let me know if this is one of your favorite Pokemon in the comments. It's not one of mine, but I think it's really cool, and it's definitely be a powerful asset in the game. Next Pokemon on the list is going to be Wishiwashi. So Wishiwashi has two forms. The school form I actually really think is really cool. And I think they're just going to do a similar mechanic and release to Morpeko, where it'd be like, more battle centric and things like that. Let me know in the comments if you guys think it'll be handled any differently. I would really love for them to implement like new mechanics and things like that if they're going to be releasing these Pokemon, but I think they're just going to take the same route that they've been doing with like Mimikyu and also Morpeko, which, is perfectly fine. I think there's a nice little a change of pace when you battle these Pokemon in like the battling system. I don't know if they're really liable in any raids, but that's kind of the reason why I think that this one hasn't been released yet. Okay, next up on the list is Silvally. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm really sorry. I stopped playing Pokemon after Black and White, which I think is like Generation 5. I think I played a little bit of Black, White, and 2, but those games are just so expensive that I haven't been able to really play them since they've been released. But this Pokemon, the reason why it hasn't been released is because there's so many forms. I believe there's like 18 forms. So this definitely would be something they'd be saving for a major event or some sort of a rollout in a special way. It would be very interesting to see how they will execute this Pokemon. I'm really curious about that. The amount of usage you can definitely have, and then boosting some of the abilities and typings would be just a very interesting Pokemon, not only for battling but like maybe raiding itself as well. Please let me know in the comments which form is your favorite. I'm not too familiar with it, so I still gotta get used to it, but from so far I'm really just liking the ground form and the electric form. But please let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. Okay, now with the very final Pokemon on the list is gonna be Ultra Necrozma. This one has a really game-breaking form change. So I think they're going to be handling it very similar to like Megas or Primal, things like that. So they're really trying to take their time and really figure out and hone down how the mechanics are going to work with this Pokemon. I am really excited for Pokemon like this to enter the Pokemon Go sphere, just because I think the change, one of the huge reasons why I came back to the game is because they did like the fusion changes and things like that, adding more depth to like maybe Master League and raiding and battling. I'm like I said earlier in the video, I haven't played past Generation 5, so I think this is really like a nice way for me to kind of get introduced to a lot of the Pokemon that I might have missed out on. And if I get the chance to play the main series games, I'll definitely get more used to like the information or the lore around a lot of these Pokemon. But please let me know in the comments if I missed anything that you'd want to see. I didn't want to go anything past Generation 7. Just because we're only in Generation 9, so it would make sense for them to like slowly release 8 and 9 as they, kind of like they always do. But yeah, please let me know if you like the topic of today's video, and it means the absolute world to me if you stuck around to watch the entire thing. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you can, and please share. And I want to know, you guys, like let me know like what you recently caught. What are you looking forward to in the future when you're playing this game? And thank you so much again for tuning in, and take care.